Today I'm joined by Caitlin Herbert, who's the Director of Gundamain Feedlot based here at Eugowra in New South Wales. And Caitlin, what procedures have you put here at in place here at Gundamain what is your product recall simulation exercise that you've done with your staff and set up?
Yeah, so we do our product recall simulation annually, Jeff, and it's on our compliance calendar. So those involved get sent a notification that this week coming up at the next staff meeting, it's time to do your simulation. So I actually decided to do it this morning while you guys were visiting us so that I could get quizzed on it. But this year we decided to do our product recall simulation using Draxxin KP within its withholding period. So this is my simulation here. It is over multiple steps, but the objective kind of gives the summary on what we're doing. So this ensures that the team can identify and respond to a product recall event efficiently. We notify the supply chain in a timely and structured manner, and corrective actions are implemented to prevent reoccurrence.
Excellent.
I've just got the team details for everyone who would be involved in this scenario. An overview of the scenario. So a steer was treated with Draxxin KP. He was exited before the full 35-day withholding period was completed. The steer would have been delivered. I've used Tees Wagga as an example for processing. And the issue was identified during an exit session check, revealing the steer was exited while still in its withholding period. So immediate action response. So Caitlin, myself, identified the issue during an exit session check. We confirmed that the steer's withholding period had not been fully completed and checked the treatment records to verify the administration date. Caitlin then notified Andrew Herbert, the feedlot manager, and notified Butch, our livestock supervisor, who both then called Craig at Tees Wagga to halt processing, and we also put it in writing. It's pretty important to us that we send an email with the animal's NLAS, individual tag details, and the NVD that it was related to. As in this scenario, the animal was exited the day before, Tees Wagga then have the ability to isolate that steer prior to slaughter and arrange transport for the steer's return to Gundamain on the next available truck. The steer hopefully is then, in this scenario, is then returned to Gundamain within 24 hours, backloaded with our freight company. As I mentioned, I do have a section for follow-up and corrective actions with references to the SOPs, so SOP 46, exit session check procedures, and SOP 47, which is on exits drafting and sort gates, and the necessity of getting those sort gates correct.
Yep.
Conducting refresher training with all staff involved in cattle exits, emphasising the importance of double-checking withholding periods and ESI periods before scheduling the exits, and record keeping and system improvement examples, including ensuring exit reports are reviewed by at least 2 people before dispatch, implementing automated withholding period alerts in our livestock management software, which we already have in place, and reviewing the APVMA updates on withholding periods for veterinary treatments with our staff. And then I just list some references for where I pulled this data from. Down the bottom here, I've always got a section where I put the date of when I enacted the simulation with our livestock team. And generally after I've done this, I grab everyone's signature on the back page.
Oh, excellent. So that acts as a record of the fact that you've actually completed that simulation and practice with the staff.
Something to show the auditor when they come out.
Excellent. Very good. So in terms of those checks that occur when animals are leaving, so when would you normally go through that exit report?
The exit report is always reviewed by the staff prior to dispatch of the animals down the yards, and it's also reviewed by an officer in the office prior to doing the paperwork, so the NFAS certification.
Excellent.
So there is a checklist where at least 2 people have the opportunity to pick those errors up.
Yeah, okay. And an animal that is still within withholding periods, how would it be identified on the system?
It comes up bright red. You can't miss it.
Yeah, other examples of things that might occur like this, maybe you've sent an animal that was treated with a HGP, it's been mixed in with a group. Often, product recalls are due to animals that have been mixed. Possibly it's a group of animals that have been sent, or an individual animal that hasn't done its days on feed is another good example of something that might or would trigger a product recall and a notification to your customer. So there's a number of examples that feedlots can use to do this activity and to work through with their staff. And again, that's another training activity you've done with your staff. So it's good to have that recorded for your training records as well, Caitlin. So that was a good activity that we saw, and good that it's recorded and documented like this. And again, this is a document that all staff have access to?
Yes, it's on our general staff drive, yes.
Very good. And so I suppose a lot of your systems are quite electronic. Again, for smaller feedlots or feedlots that are much more paper-based, this is very much something they could print out and have available around the feedlot for staff to access and review as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have paper copies of all of our SOPs quickly available too.
Excellent. Very good. Thank you.